Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Becca with House of Lenormand. It is still Saturday, June 29th, and I'm banging out a couple of readings. This reading here is for Donald Trump and justice. I went ahead and asked if Donald Trump will ever face justice for his domestic and international crimes and violations. Typically, I read these. I will do a 3-card spread. And the final card will give me my answer, whether it's positive or negative. And however, this reading wasn't exactly clear. As you can see here, we have the child, the birds, and the letter. All of these cards are neutral. The child is a neutral card, meaning it gets influenced by the cards around it, as well as the birds and the letters. So this was saying maybe, because there was no clear-cut yes or no. This right here is saying that a child will speak, or the child that speaks has a there's some sort of voicemail from a child, or a child that speaks. There will be some sort of a transcript for it. But this wasn't really giving me a clear yes or no, so I went ahead and pulled 2 clarifiers. And the moon is a positive card, and the bouquet is a positive card. So I'm going to take this as saying yes. And it has to do with a new voicemail, or a child's voicemail, or something that a child has to say, or some sort of a new testimony that is documented. There's some sort of a verbal transcript here that's new, perhaps something to do with the voicemail, or perhaps something to do with a child that is speaking. But yes, it's saying yes and yes here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask what the consequences will be, and I will be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. This was to see what the consequences were going to be for all the stuff he's done, and I pulled a double line of 7 to get a little bit more clarification. So let's dive in. We have the first row, we have the mice, the scythe, the woman, the child, the whip, the dog, and the fox. And then on the second row, we see the anchor, the tree, the clouds, the key, the heart, the letter, and the garden. So on this first row, we can see that there's some serious anxiety, worry, or stress about the danger of a female child. That's Ivanka Trump, and some arguments or disputes with a friend that is a con. So this is probably Don Jr. If I'm looking at the cards around it to describe this person, this is someone that may be into sports, some type of athletic ability, and someone that is street smart, witty, can get out of things, weasel out of stuff. So it looks like one of the consequences will be that he's going to suffer from some significant pain and suffering to his children. The most important person that has information, or has the answer, or is in the most significant amount of trouble besides Ivanka is Junior, because he knights here to the key. There's something significant that's going on with him that is going to be of consequence. We can see that the children, if this is not referring to investigators, the fox usually speaks about cons, manipulation, you know, your used car salesman, you know, those type of cons, that there has been some serious corruption and theft by the children, and they have conned, or they have manipulated. She's in danger and he's in danger for that. And it looks like both of these kids are going to be litigating for a long time, and they're going to be fighting amongst themselves. So the kids are fighting, and they're in danger of getting busted. On this second row, we can see that there's something that's been quite persistent regarding his health that's significant. There's some sort of a health issue with him that's significant, and his relationships, the people that are important to him that he cares about, there's some sort of a document or a letter coming in that's going to be made public, or has to do with an organization here. for the health, um, um, there's something here that's been long term for him. If we start going down this way, there's a lifestyle of corruption, a lifestyle of thieving, a lifestyle of thieving, corruption, erosion, or this could be talking about some sort of illness to the body, a disease, something perhaps that could have been addressed through an injection to the body, or some sort of surgery that needs to be performed on the body. If we look at the mice and the tree, we can see that there's some sort of infection or something in the body that's eating away, that's causing, that's not clear. Perhaps he may be misdiagnosed, especially even though, yeah, it doesn't knight in any way to the fox, but there's something unclear here going on in his health, that looks to be some sort of an infection, something that's eating away at the body. This could be the physical body. It's your mental, spiritual, and emotional health. But there's something bad going on here because it's followed by the clouds. So there's some uncertainty, perhaps some sort of an infection or something that, but it's been around a long time with the anchor there. That infection, or if this is an infection, some sort of a virus or a bacteria or something that got into the physical body. With him, it's been persistent. It's been there a long time and it has not been cleared up. See how the tree is followed by the clouds? This issue hasn't been cleared up and it needs addressing. So we can see that there's been some, we don't go with the tree being read as his health, even though this reading right here is pointing to serious concerns with something to do with his health. We can see that there's been a lifestyle of corruption, something that's cutting the body or an injection to the body, a surgery to the body, and danger to something that is growing, like trimming the tree. See what I'm saying? Like cutting the branches off the tree. There's a woman here that's confused or is not being very clear. There's some sort of misunderstanding, confusion, hesitation, an inability to make a decision, or she's made a very bad decision, a decision that is bad. The children are going to play a significant role. The children are more than likely going to pay a significant price. Here we see an abusive affair. This is also a sexual affair. And a friend or someone that is loyal to him, and there's some news coming in about him or something that is in writing concerning this person. And like I said earlier, I believe that this to be Don Jr. and this to be Ivanka Trump. This could be Barron here. I'm not sure. Lost count of how many kids he has. And there's something going on within an organization, a big club, a big party, that is either full of people that are in it for themselves, cons, manipulators, thieves. If we look at the mice and the garden, this is a community of thieves or a community of criminals. Or this could also be the investigation, people that are looking into the organization, his organizations. And there's 14 ongoing investigations into all of the links with the Trump organization. And if you noticed, the fox is card number 14. So, and that's the beauty of the Lenormand. It can be quite literal like that. So the key could be saying that the 14 investigations into the organization is what's going to sack the kids and get them in a crap ton of trouble. So that's going to be one consequence. Well, actually, that's 14 different consequences if we count every single investigation outside of what's going on with the government right now. So, yeah. There's the growth of a child here. There's a child that's growing. So this could be talking about Barron, Ivanka, and Junior. And I don't see Eric here unless I'm missing him somewhere in this. But I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 people. This could be another person. but I'm going to take that to read the as to be presenting as the investigations into all of the organizations from the family, and the news that is coming in, especially for Don Jr. Let me see what else. Yeah, that there's something really, really, really weird going on with his health. Because if you read it this way, there is a virus in the body or some sort of infection in the body that needs to be addressed. Um, an injection, a surgery, cutting the body, the physical body, an incision to the physical body, an injection to the physical body. And this here is talking about something in his body that's not clear. And it's quite interesting because usually the lilies is the card that represents the elder. And the lilies would normally present with the tree to signal like Alzheimer's. So it would be a health related issue that has to do with aging. But in this case, I'm seeing the tree and the clouds. So I'm not sure if this is talking about dementia, something that has to do with the body that is unclear, that is causing a lot of confusion, bad decisions, troublesome decisions, and causes the lashing out, the criticism. All I can work with is the knighting here. So there's something new in the body or the growth of a child. This could be some sort of a medical report. But I'm not sure. I'm just able to read this right here. Something that's infected the body, a virus, a bacterial infection, something that needs to be treated either through incision or some sort of an incision or injection. But I'm seeing something that has to do with dementia here, which is causing long-term decisions to be made that are troublesome. This is also the card of decisions, but it's not, it's a very quick decision, a very rapid, swift decision, a rash decision. This person here, this is Junior, he's going to play a significant role. He has the key. He has the answer, or he is the answer. He has the answer, for the sexual affair. Even though it's quite interesting, I'm not seeing the money cards. I'm not seeing the fish, and I am not seeing the bear, which would talk about the fish is more of like your businesses and the money in your accounts. The bear is more of your assets, your big money. I'm not seeing either one of those here. And I'm not seeing the house to represent the family or his real estate. All I'm seeing is litigation, long-term litigation and investigations going on into him, and more specifically his children, that are going to put them in direct danger. And all of the 14 investigations into the organizations and the parties. And that's going to be very significant. But this guy right here, he's in big trouble. He's more directly affected through knighting for something that has to do with a sexual affair. And there's some kind of news coming in for him. Ivanka Trump right here. She's in danger as well because the scythe comes before her. So she's going to get cut for something. And it's going to be a significant decision that comes down against her, or a significant, if we knight the key, it knights the scythe. There's significant danger for her as well. Let me see. Her and her brother, the two kids, they're in deep poo-poo. This organization or this party, if these are all of his organizations, there's been some thievery and corruption going on there that they're being investigated for. So, and there's a new document, or the document that has to do with the child. News that has to do with the child, or a document that has to do with the child. I'm not seeing the birds here, which would talk about a verbal testimony. But there's news coming in from Junior. He's a child, something to do with a sexual affair. And some sort of fraud. So yeah, we know that that's the FEC violation. Also, this could be read as a violation too. So Ivanka may have committed some sort of violation. I'm not sure what that would be, but she looks like she's caught up in a significant violation here. So it looks like the consequences for him is going to be his kids are going to get hung out to dry. With the fox here landing on the very end, that could also say that he's going, they're going to try to find a way to weasel out of this. But it doesn't look like any of this comes until way later on down the road. It's not something that happens immediately, even though the scythe is here. That's pretty sudden. But I don't see this until later on down the road. Let me see, do I have any other time cards here? The anchor is a portrait card, but it could also be read as a time card. I don't usually tend to view it that way. And the tree is a time card as well, and a portrait card. So, and those are two things that are around a very long time. Trees don't sprout out overnight, and, you know, when you anchor your ship down, you're not going anywhere for a while. So this looks like it may take a little bit of time to develop. But yeah, the consequence is his kids are directly in the line of fire. And they're going to try to find a way to weasel this out of this. But it looks like the investigators have an ironclad case against these two through the organization. If this is the investigators looking into the 14, see that 14 investigations into the organizations, they have an ironclad case. That hook, line, and sinker, the kids are going. And he's responsible for putting them in danger. So that's going to be one of the consequences. And it looks like it's going to be very heavy on his heart. So yeah, that about wraps it up. May justice be swift and tenfold. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you on my next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.